Hi, welcome back to Louis Hunting Podcast. This is Levi.
This is Wes.
And this week we're going to kind of talk a little bit about youth season hunting. Maybe talk a little stories, maybe talk about the hardships and, what actually goes into
Just
it.
getting them out.
Because you don't just take the kid out. You kind of do.
Sense.
You do, but every single time you go out, it's not a learning curve. Maybe it is
For both of you.
Yeah, for yourself and for them. But every single time you go out, you got to teach them something new, so that way they become a good woodsman.
Yep, and remind them.
But
and
even
it tests your patience too.
But even before, trust me, I know. So even before you go out, you have to teach them a lot.
Yep.
Whether it be gun safety, animal safety. If you live in an area that has would it be venomous? Venomous snakes, what plants not to touch.
Yep.
Hey,
How to walk.
don't eat this, how to walk. There's a plethora of things that you got to teach a youth hunter.
Signs, foot tracks, everything.
Yeah. And maybe that's more on the advanced side.
Sure.
Maybe we're skipping ahead too quickly on how you should teach a young child to hunt.
Yep.
I guess my very first thing when I was a kid, and we all know I started out, and so did you, with rabbit and squirrel.
Yep.
But it was going without a gun to begin with.
Yep.
From 3 to 5, I think is what my age range was. Without a pellet gun, no BB gun, no nothing.
Just watching and observing.
Yep, watching, observing, riding with.
Yep.
And then when I was 5, they gave me a BB gun, and I still have it.
Nice.
Actually, my dad gave it to me for Christmas.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was. And I was super excited. And either way, I took that with my grandpa and uncle. A couple cousins came with us a lot of times. But usually it's just my uncle, myself, and my cousin Tom.
Yeah.
And my grandpa. Sorry, I thought I said him first.
I don't remember. Either way,
doesn't matter. But then I'd go out with the BB gun. I would shoot a pheasant.
Yeah.
Or a squirrel or a rabbit.
Right.
And then I would go retrieve it because I was the dog, of course. And I remember the day, I actually almost remember where we were at when I crossed the fence. I can actually probably take you to where we were at that day, where somebody shot a pheasant. I don't know which one it was. I think it was my uncle.
Sure.
Shot a pheasant. And obviously you have to go claim your bird, even if it goes into private property.
Yep.
So I don't remember if I jumped the fence, climbed under it, whatever. Either way, I went up there with my BB gun. I set it down. I think I told this story not long ago.
Yep.
Set it down on the fence, crossed the fence, walked back to BB gun, grabbed the pheasant. And obviously, they had to tell me later on that, hey, you shouldn't have taken your gun across.
Right.
But that's not what they were aiming for. They were aiming for gun safety.
Yep.
I keep my gun pointed in the air or at the ground at all times, never at somebody.
Yep.
Gun on safety. When I crossed the fence, I put my BB gun far away, wherever it was, and then I came back to it and grabbed it. And then that's when they were like, okay, you can go to a 410.
Nice.
I think it was 6 or 7.
Yeah. I really started hunting hard when we lived in town for a while. Then we moved out to the country. And I always watched my dad, go out squirrel hunting, bow hunting and stuff. And I was probably 8. He's taken me out before, but I really got into it out there. And I was like, can I go hunting? I was like, yeah, I've been waiting for you to ask. So we went out, same thing, BB gun. And then one year for Christmas, he gave me my grandpa's 22. And I don't remember if I deer hunted that year or it just went out. I think I just went out with him and sat with him. That was the last year I didn't carry a gun. And that summer, we did nothing but shooting and gun safety all freaking. I bet. Well, that's when, you can pick up 522 rounds for $12.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we spent all summer, I bet you, between the two of us, between the 22 and the 22 mag and stuff, I bet we shot thousands of rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, he's like, you're ready. That was probably about, 7 or 8, 9, somewhere around there. And then that fall, he's like, I went out with him 2 or 3 times squirrel hunting. He's like, you're good. Go out by yourself. So I've been hunting by myself since I was like 9.
Yeah, I don't remember how old I was when I actually went completely alone. I started trapping alone.
Yeah.
I was taught by Doug Grable is his name.
Big River.
He taught me how to start trapping when I was little. My sister was dating his son at the time. And I always wanted to go, so he's like, yep. He's like, hop in. Me and him just went. I think I was like 10 or 11.
Nice.
And the very next year, I asked my dad to get me a bunch of traps and some lures, and I went out by myself, and I know I told that story the other day.
I remember the first deer I shot.
Oh, yeah. I definitely remember the first deer I shot, but I did not shoot mine during youth season.
I didn't
I do
either.
have a funny story about that.
I think I only went youth season 1 year. And
Yeah.
it was always second season until we switched over to first season. But I was using my grandpa's gun. And sitting on his log, we used to hunt up by Canton, a place called Clay Mills. But sitting on his log, snowing, colder and shit. And I just happened to turn around. Deer was probably, 25 yards. Big doe, and had a yearling with him, or with her. I was super excited. I was like shaking my dad's arm. I was like, Dad, deer. And he turned around. I was like, what are you telling me for? Turn around and shoot it. So I turned around, shot, and the one ran off. He's like, did you hit it? I was like, I have no idea. And I'm sitting there, first time actually shooting at a big animal. I'm freaking out, got that adrenaline dump, shaking. Walk up there, took out both of her eyes.
Oh, damn.
Yep. You
The big doe or the...
Big doe, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and he always told me, if they're that close, just shoot them in the head and then waste any meat. I did, and I was 10 or 11.
Yeah.
That was a really proud moment for me. I always remember, but I know for my dad, that was super, super proud moment for him.
Yeah, I was probably about the same age, but I was not youth season hunting. Quick story about the youth season hunt. My dad and I, we went driving around. We went road hunting.
Yeah.
I did not hang out the truck and shoot a deer.
Right.
But we went down the road and seen a couple deer standing on the side of the road. And my dad's like, jump out, get in the ditch. So I jumped out, went down in the ditch. And to give you a perspective on where we were at, this did not have a ditch.
Right.
It was a mud road, a level B. For people that don't know what a level B is, I'm sure most of you do. A level B road is a low maintenance road that maybe a couple times a year they fix it up. Or if it gets really, really bad, they'll fix it. And so it was just sheer drop off on each side.
Sure.
So basically I just stepped off the road and kind of got down into this guy's property that actually at the time we had permission for.
Sure. That's legal.
Excuse me. And so I went down, standing there. My dad gets next to me, and it was a buck standing behind the tree, and a doe standing in front of him. And my dad only seen the doe. Well, the doe turned and took off, but she didn't take off fast. She just kind of trotted off.
Sure.
And the buck was still I could still have shot him where he was standing. And I said to my dad, I had my gun up and I was aiming. He goes, don't shoot that. I was like, why not? I said, it's standing right there. He goes, no, it just took off. Well, he didn't see the buck.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, it's right there. I was like, I'm telling you. I was like, I could see it. And, well, by the time he actually seen it,
Comprehended what you were looking at?
Yep, the buck turned its head and he seen it. He goes, yeah. He's like, you can shoot that. And then it jumped into the corn and took off.
That sucks.
And honestly, in hindsight, it's probably better I didn't shoot it there.
Sure.
Because there's a big ass cornfield right there, and that cornfield went on for
and if you didn't get
a lot of
hit,
acres.
Yep,
yeah,
that makes
so
sense.
It might have been better that I didn't shoot it.
Sure.
But oh well, it's still a funny story. But my first deer, so you had to you start on public property, you cross over a creek, and you go up into this property that has a huge valley. I loved hunting that area. It was one of my favorite places to hunt. Honestly, I wish I could get back into there.
Sure.
It's amazing in that area. Big long ridges that come all the way to the back to the timber.
Yep.
And it just sheer drop off. It's like 300 yards straight up. Okay, maybe not 300 yards.
Yeah.
It's probably like 200.
Yeah.
But it's still a long freaking ways up, straight up and down.
Yep.
And the deer would always kick out everywhere on the top, but if they didn't kick out on top, they stayed in the timber and they ran directly at the blockers.
Oh, because they didn't want to jump off that steep.
They did. Well, you could get up and down it as a human, but you were like crawling.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's something deer definitely would have gone down, but they didn't want to kick out into the open because it was either they're too far down and they had drivers going down the center.
Sure.
And they could see them, or they didn't want to go out top because either they could see the drivers on the top, or they just didn't want to get up and go out that way. They just want to go out the bottom.
Yep.
Which I understand, because you get into the bottoms, you get a long ways to run.
Sure.
You know, they can get some good speed.
Yep.
And so either way, they were staying in the timbers and they're working their way down. And I could see the deer the whole way coming down the other side of the valley. And this guy named Dave was down below me. Dave Carter's his name. And Dave's sitting there. I was probably 10, 11 years old. I know it was, I think, 6th grade. So what are fifth grade or 6th grade?
Like 11, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
11,
I think I was in 5th. Either way, Dave's down below me. I'm like, Dave, there's a bunch of deer coming. He goes, yeah, there's one in front of you. No, there's not. Dave, there's a bunch of deer over there. And we had that conversation for maybe like 5 minutes. And he goes, just relax. He's like, there's a deer in front of you. It hasn't moved. He's like, just relax. And we're pretty much talking like that.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, these deer have been getting shot at.
Right.
They know you're there.
Yeah. There's no point.
There's a reason he was standing still.
Yeah.
And so finally I seen him. I'm like, oh. I thought it was a doe at first. I thought it was a small doe. I'm like, there it is. He goes, yeah. He's like, just take your time. And I had a 20 gauge. And he's like, just take your time. Put it behind his shoulder. He goes, pull the trigger. And so that's what I did. Bang. Watch it drop immediately. Didn't take another step.
That's I'll take the heart out. I take it.
Yeah. Yep. I clobbered its heart. Its heart was just jello, basically, at that point. And I was all excited. I'm like, I shot it. I was like, I shot him. Dave's like, yeah. He's like, good job. He's like, just relax. He's like, they're only halfway done with the drive.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Sit there a little longer.
So you're probably sitting there staring at it the whole time, freaking out, were you?
Seriously, yeah. Yeah, that's
like,
all I did.
I just want to get up and go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, then I watched a bunch of other deer run down the valley. They get shot at. A couple other people shot some deer. I went over and you shoot your first deer, you got to gut it.
Yep.
So that's what I did. I can get over there and I'm gutting it and it's freaking kicking the hell out of me. You know, the nerves. Yeah, it's kicking the shit out of me. Everybody's laughing at me as I'm dragging it down the hill.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the story of my first one. And then after that, it was just
game on.
Yeah, I was just hitting with haymakers left and right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got out for. It's so weird, isn't it? Isn't it weird how after you shoot your first one, of anything, it just kind of
clicks.
Everything just falls into place.
Yep.
And I don't know if that's because you get the confidence of, okay, this is what I did to get this one. This one I need to do to get the rest.
Yeah, I think it's more, the confidence and knowing how to shoot. Too.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it.
Like maybe it's not even just the confidence, but like you said, knowing how to shoot them and where to shoot them.
Yeah.
If they're, I know I always, pretty much every deer I ever shot, except for maybe, I don't know, 2.
Yeah.
We're running. So I've only ever shot a couple deer standing still.
Oh no!
If I could shoot a deer standing still every time, I'd never miss.
Every deer I've ever shot, I've never shot one running.
Yeah. All the ones I ever shot were pretty much dead run.
Yeah. I mean,
just
I guess I've shot
kaboom
one,
and watch them roll.
Yeah. I guess I've shot one walking, or a couple walking, but never on a full run because we don't party hunt.
Because trying to think, very first one I shot was standing still. Then a few years later, we got into a spot, and I kind of got lucky. I had a guy that hunted that. Well, I had a guy that hunted that area for a long time, and they hunted it differently than we did. So he brought me into an area that we had never even hunted before.
Oh, okay.
So they would just always kick out of that spot.
Sure.
And he goes, "Yep." He's like, "You stand right here." He's like, "You're gonna shoot something."
Yep.
Okay. Well, the year after that, I went back in there. He still hunted with us, but I was alone now. And now I'm the one showing people where to go.
Oh, nice.
And going through, I'm like, yep. I'm like, I'm going to go to the far one. I was like, I'm going to put you guys where I think the deer are going to come out at. Because this is what I seen. And, well, I happened to actually go too far. And I went up over a hill. I think I shot 4 deer right there. Just by myself. So I came up over the hill. There was a couple standing there. I shot the one. The other one took off, turned, shot that one. It hit the ground. I'm like, oh, cool. Got 2 in a spot that I'm not even going to stand. Dude, I'm not kidding you. I went up over this little knoll Went down, basically just tall enough to where you couldn't see me walking in this little ditch.
Sure.
Went down, came up, got on top of that hill, and there's 9 of them.
Just standing there?
Yeah. A couple of them laying down.
Oh, no kidding.
Dude, I just shot.
No kidding.
I just shot twice.
Sure.
And so, cool. Bang, bang. Shot a couple more. Perfect. Now I'm just going to stand here. Now, I don't know if I'm getting my stories mixed up because I've hunted this spot a lot and I shot a lot of deer out of this area. So I don't remember if I missed or if that was I don't remember if that was the time I shot the 2. No, I definitely shot 1 out of that. But yeah, so I shot 1 that was laying there. And then the rest of them got away. I missed all the other shots. And then I had reloaded, stood there. And this was a time when it was super duper crunchy. And they came running down the timber this way and then turned and came at me.
Sure.
Well, I always did that thing where they're like, oh yeah, well, I didn't always. This is the time I did the thing where they're like, you let all of the does run through and that buck will come behind them.
Mm-hmm. So you waited?
So I waited. Doe. Big doe, big doe, big doe, big doe, big doe, big doe. I'm like, where's the buck?
No buck?
Here's little Bambi. I'm like, all right, you're going to get it. I folded him, both shoulders go out, crumpled, did like 6 flips through the air. I was like, oh, all right, got that one. So that's where the 4 ended up at. But I know for sure I shot the 2, came up over the knoll, and then there was 9 sitting there.
Nice. I remember, because I always... Besides the first year I shot, my dad let me use a pump. But the next year he bought me, that single shot sitting over there in the corner. That's what I used from 9 to, I think I was, first 3 years. So when I was 12 or 13, my dad, I think I was 12, he let me use my grandpa's pump again. Well, and he finally let me go off by myself. We were all at Clay Mills again. And he's like, I'm going to stay over here. You go 300-400 yards down, you'll see a dip. Kind of the same thing. Big valley, dip down in, and it was right next to the Maquoketa River. Well, across the Maquoketa River was public land. 300 yards down and down a big bluff. And there's just public land, sounded like World War III going off. And I was like, my dad always told me, he's like, they're going to come across that river. I was like, I'm sitting there waiting. And there's 6 inches of snow, so they're sticking out
Oh yeah, I love it when it's like that.
And again, first time using the pump, I didn't aim. I just shot. I shot 22 times, and I didn't hit a single deer.
Yeah, I've been there.
And my dad came up over the hill. I'm sitting there laughing my ass off. He's like, "Where the deer at?" And I was like, "That way." He's just laughing.
Accuracy by volume.
Yeah, and he was just laughing his ass off. He's like, "I knew that was a bad idea." I don't know why he gave me that many rounds, being that young, but man, I kind of get why he did. In a way, he never admitted it, but I guess I never asked him either. But maybe experience to force myself to aim next time, maybe.
That or he knew that you sucked at shooting, so he's like,
no, I was always a good shot. But it's just, I don't know why, but we ended up having to go to town and get more shells after that.
You have to tell them the story about that time you sat on that thing.
Oh. What's that tree called?
It's a thorny locust or a black locust.
Black locust.
Or a honey locust.
What was that, 3 years ago that happened? Yeah, I think 3 years ago. So I was going to make a drive for my dad. He dropped me off. He went up over the hill. And he always said, like always, it's going to be 45 minutes. Well, it was 45 minutes. Before that came up, dropped me off, waiting for him. I was working second shift at the time, so I didn't sleep at all that day. But I went to sit down, and I was running into the locust, and that thorn was probably this long, right where your butt cheek meet your leg. Dude, that sucker sunk in. It hurt so bad I couldn't even make any noise. I was crawling on my hands and knees. And I reached back. I was like, what is that? I felt something hard. I yanked that fucker out, dude. If you guys never sat on one of those or had one puncture your skin, I don't recommend it. And then I snapped or called him later that night, whatever it was, and he's like, "Yeah, you might want to be careful. It was a poison." So I was like, "Oh, great." It hurt for 3 days, but it worked out. My dad got a nice 7-pointer, and then the next day he got a decent 10. But That sucked. That sucked a lot.
Dude, I wish I was there to see that.
I'm glad nobody was there to see that. So, a good look where you're sitting if you don't have a pad is a good idea. Yeah, it sucked.
I love that story every time I hear it. I've heard it a million times, and I love it every single time.
But kind of get back to youth hunting. When you were youth hunting, what hunt or what do you remember thinking, I'm going to do this the rest of my life? Is there a specific thought or a memory that comes to your mind?
Like,
just hunting in general. Like, you just went out hunting, shot something, or is there just something happened while you were hunting? Like, I'm doing this the rest of my life.
I wouldn't say it's a youth moment. It was more of a grown-up moment.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, youth hunting. I mean, hunting was just ingrained in me.
Sure.
I've always loved it. I always loved shooting guns just in general, not even at an animal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Target shooting, clay shooting.
I love target. Yep. Love clays. Loved all of that. It wasn't until after I got out of the Army, because when I was young, I was pretty wild.
Yeah, sure.
Lot of, do not condone this whatsoever. I prefer you kids don't follow after my antics, but I was a partier.
Oh yeah, so was I.
Yeah, I drank
Young
a
and
lot.
dumb.
I did a lot of stupid shit I shouldn't have
Same.
done. So hunting really wasn't a huge priority to me at that point in time. I mean, I did hunt.
Sure.
I did a lot of hunting, but it was just not.
You're going out, just kind of go out type of
Yeah,
deal.
because I liked it. I just went out because I enjoyed it. I mean, we went duck hunting a few times with some buddies. Went deer hunting with a huge group a lot. Pheasant, and I did it all.
Yep.
I did do it all. But the moment I remember when I was like, yep, this is the part of the sport that I want to do forever, was I walked in Green Island.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it was an evening hunt. It was right after work. I literally threw out like a half dozen decoys because that's all I had at the time.
Yep.
I had one call. I stuffed it in my waders. That's all I used.
Yep.
It was that one I gave you, actually.
Nice.
It doesn't really have sentimental value, so don't feel bad.
All right.
But I remember I pulled that out, and I was sitting there by myself. There's nobody else down there. It was kind of a shitty day to be out there, really.
Sure.
And it started getting dark. Everything started flying around. It was like probably, 45 minutes before daylight ended. And I was just going to pick up and leave because I'm like, well, this is my typical hunt.
Yep.
Like, I was actually kind of getting discouraged.
Sure, as a hunter does.
Yeah. And literally as I was about to stand up, here come a group of widgeon across me. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I didn't know what they were. But I'm like, oh, that was cool. And they make their noises. And
Yep.
so I quacked at them, and they just turned. I was like, oh, that was cool. Mm-hmm. So I quack at them again, and I started doing what I thought was quacks at the time. And it probably sounded like a stupid duck. And they committed, came in, cupped up, I shot one, and I was super excited.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that was the first time I'd actually ever done it by myself.
Sure.
Like, that was the first time I got them to turn, got them to commit, got them to hit into my decoys, got them to cup, got them to do everything you ever wanted.
Yep.
And they just piled into there. Shot one, dumped it, hit the water. The rest of them flew off. I was all excited. Well, it must have just been that gunshot that went off.
Right.
Dude, it was just, again, like that story from last year where I shot and it was just everything lifted up. Yeah, it was just like that. Like, I shot and all of a sudden it was just ducks everywhere. And I'm by myself. Yep. I never heard maybe one or two other shots while I was down there.
Sure.
I never heard really anybody else. And but then after that, that's when I heard those shots. And then it was just, I think I got like 4 ducks after that.
Sure.
So I ended up with 5.
Nice.
And that was like the first time I'd ever come close to, well, for one, first time I ever killed a duck by myself.
Sure.
And 2, it was the first time I came that close to a limit. And
nice.
I was after that, I was, yep, this is it.
That's awesome.
This is what I want to do. And that's when I went out and spent my life savings.
Still spending it.
Yeah.
Still saving and spending it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's saving. I think it's just spending.
Yeah, it goes to a good cause, though.
Yeah. My love for a sport. Yep. Yeah, but that was the moment. What about you?
Oh, I would say going out bow hunting. I didn't shoot this deer, which I really wish I would have, but I'm glad I didn't. So we were out this Clay Mills again, and sitting up in the stand. It was kind of around, if I remember right, about 12:30 primetime rut weekend, or it's either Halloween weekend or the first weekend in November, and bucks are just running.
Was this during youth season?
No, it was bow hunting.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, were you a youth?
Yeah, I'd have been 12 years old. So this would have been the same year I did all that shooting.
Oh, I know this story.
Yeah, so I do a little grunting, a little rattling, which at the time I didn't know my dad was maybe 100 yards away watching the whole thing, because he wasn't seeing shit. So he's going to come get me, go back to the truck, and get, some lunch, and we were going to go back out for evening hunt. So I'm doing what I thought was good grunting and rattling for a 12-year-old, which obviously it was, is just monster 12. Not close to Bullwinkle, but pretty close. He comes in just puffed up, stiff-legged like they do, and I'm fucking shaking. I'm shooting an old Parker, and I think it was set at 40 pounds or something, if that. Get drawn back. I had the sight pin on him, and where I messed up is I was shaking so bad, and I looked at his rack, and right when I looked at his rack, I dropped and I squeezed the trigger release, shot right underneath him. I got hair, took off. I thought for sure he was dead. I saw hair go flying. I was like, holy shit. My dad comes walking in, said he watched the whole thing. My dad had to walk up the tree stand to talk me down, to damn near carry me out, because I was shaking. He had to come out and get my bow. I couldn't even get it on the bowstring. He had to get it out of my hand. I was shaking so bad, just the adrenaline dump. And right there, I was hooked. And ever since then, just hammering down.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that feeling.
Yep. That was the moment. Like, I'm going to do this until I die.
I got to actually, now that I think about it, I got a really good youth season story about turkey hunting.
Yeah.
Because I was just about to ask you about turkey hunting. I know it wasn't youth, but I know my moment when I was like, yep, this is my jam.
Yep.
Like in the springtime, this is what I'm going to do.
Yep.
So the Doug that I mentioned earlier, sister's ex-boyfriend, his name's Tony. And hopefully he doesn't mind me name dropping him on here, but I don't really care. You'll be fine.
He'll be all right.
Nobody's coming to get you. So it was him, a guy named Kyle, and a guy named Cameron, and myself. Why there were so many of us, I still don't know to this day, but I think those guys just wanted to be with because they love hunting.
Sure.
We had a moment. We were in a blind, bunch of turkeys in front of us. One came walking by. Well, I didn't know that I was just supposed to shoot it whenever it came by. I thought they were going to tell me.
Sure.
So Tony's laying over, wanting me to put the gun on his back because the way the turkey was coming across.
Oh, that's safe. So that's safe.
You'd be all right. So the way the turkey was coming, he just wanted me to set it on his back and use his back as a rest. And I ended up letting it walk. And he's like, why didn't you shoot that? I'm like, I don't know. Like, was I supposed to? He goes, yeah. He's like, the turkey just walked like 5 feet from us. I was like, oh, I thought you were going to tell me. He goes, oh, you dummy. And he punched me in the leg. And mind you, there's like 40 turkeys in front of us. Seriously. Yeah. Hits me in the leg. And at that same moment, this is why I don't use those tripod seats anymore. The front bolt broke. Poof, down. That's exactly what we did.
That's awesome.
And when I say he punched me, he just kind of, like friendly, just
dumbass.
Yeah. And I just poof right down through the chair. And it was 4 of us in this 2-person blind, just absolutely rolling. And the turkeys didn't even care. They just stayed there. So that would
never happen again.
Yeah, literally. But that wasn't the moment. That was just a funny story to go to where we're getting. And then so we left there, went driving around looking for turkeys in fields. And what we ended up finding was a turkey and 2 hens, a tom and 2 hens in an area where people typically didn't get a chance to hunt.
Sure.
And I think I was I must have been 13 or 14 because my dad had just bought me this truck. And we needed to use my truck and another car for some reason. I don't remember what the reason was. So Tony was driving my truck that my dad had bought me, and then they were driving Kyle's car, and we went, and Kyle and Cameron wanted to go get their camera or something or whatever. So they went to his dad's house, who was just a few miles down the road. Mm-hmm. And Tony and I drove to this guy's house, and I was sitting there, and Tony went up, and he said the TV was so loud he could hear it outside, and all of this stuff. So he's pounding on the door trying to get the guy's attention. Well, apparently the guy comes out, talks to him. He's like, yeah, he's like, my little brother. I'm not going to say.
Doesn't matter.
It was a white lie.
Yeah.
But he said, yeah, my little brother down there, he's whatever years old, and he wants to go shoot a turkey up here. He got a couple up there on the ridge. And he goes, yeah, usually I don't let guys, but he goes, for a kid.
That's
awesome. I mean, I was pretty young.
Yeah.
I was still young. I was like 13, 14. And so Tony comes down, he goes, hell yeah. He's like, we got it. And he go up there, and dude, I'm not kidding you. We went across this field wide open.
Yep.
Something you never do.
Yep.
We were down below the hill where they couldn't see us. And we made sure the turkeys are still there. Sorry. I had a popcorn kernel in my tooth and it's bugging the shit out of me.
That's what you get for eating my caramel corn.
It was good. It's gone now. Anyways, so we go down through this little draw into the timber, and Tony goes, all right, everything I do, you do. I was like, all right, whatever. He goes, be as quiet as possible. Okay. Crawling through the trees for a long ways, and dude, I felt like we crawled for
ever.
Yeah, but we were low crawling the whole time. And this is what made my love for stalking. And so we go up, get on top of the hill. Fuck, turkeys ain't here. Where are the turkeys at? We stand up, something you should not do.
Yep.
Instead of just sitting there for a while and watching and listening, we stand up. And Tony walks out on the ridge. He goes, they're right here. He's like, they're right freaking here. And I look over, and here's the Tom mounting the hen.
That's awesome.
I was like, oh, hey, they're right there. He's like, shoot that fucking thing. He goes taking off running. He's like, shoot it. I was like, okay, boom, roll it. Rolls down the hill a little ways, and he grabs it. And yeah, that was the moment where I knew I loved turkey hunting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Then you passed it on to me.
Yeah, and then I passed it on to you.
Yep.
But yeah, so that was a youth moment for me.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, what advice would you have for somebody? So I've never taken anybody youth hunting yet. I'm gonna take my nephew out this year because he wants to go. He's never done it. But just the first couple sits, what are your advice for somebody? See if they're taking their son or daughter out for the first time.
Set your expectations very low.
Sure.
That kid don't know what the fuck they're doing.
No, you're not wrong.
I mean, not that the kid's lost or dumb. They just don't know what they're doing.
Man, we both, everybody starts there. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You
don't
wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm a great hunter now.
Yeah, don't discourage them. Don't yell at them. I know I'm kind of guilty of that sometimes. I get a little impatient, and I'm like, just fucking listen.
Yeah.
But if you want to get like that, just think okay,
you were in their shoes.
Let me go do something I've never done before, and then have to put it all into action in this moment.
Sure.
No,
that makes sense.
Patience, and not even patience for the animal, but patience for the kid.
Yeah. Because they're learning.
Yeah. Remember that they're learning, and you're the teacher. So be the teacher. Be the teacher that you wanted to be taught by.
Yeah. So the screaming and yelling does not help.
That's how I was taught for a long time, and I did pretty good.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. It's not always the right way to go, especially in that situation, because all you do is make somebody nervous
and discouraged, not want to go out again.
Exactly. And again, I might be at fault for some of that sometime at one point in time. I might have gotten upset with somebody or whoever, and just okay, well, I don't want to go anymore then.
Yeah.
And all right, I get it. Whatever. All right, fine. And so yeah, be the teacher that you want to be taught by.
It's good word advice.
Snacks.
Yeah.
Bring a heater. Be warm. Make sure the kid's warm. Mm-hmm. Make sure they're warm, they're fed, and I don't like video games or, I play on my phone and stuff when I'm out there.
Sure.
But I also know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm looking for. And I have been very successful in the hunting for a long time. But make that kid immersed. Make yourself immersed,
Yeah.
If you want something to do, bring a piece of paper and a pencil, or bring a notebook and a pencil and play tic-tac-toe.
Yeah. Or have them write down what they were seeing.
Yeah, do that. Do something.
Yeah.
Like with my daughter, I usually try to keep her off of video games and stuff like that. But dude, when you're sitting there from 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and it goes, you're gonna be out there all day. I'm not gonna say don't bring it, but
no, I won't.
I did. I brought it for Lillian a couple times, and it helps for a little bit.
Sure.
Because they're gonna get bored with that too. And usually it's just right away, early in the morning when we're just sitting there and nothing's doing nothing. There's no birds chirping. Right. There's nothing going on. That's when I'm like, okay, you can use this now. But once the hunt is going to start, once we're
able to see
20 minutes before shooting light, you're giving me that, and we're gonna sit here and we're gonna hunt.
Yep.
I think that's okay, but during the hunt, no.
Yeah.
Make them pay attention.
Sure.
Don't be their eyes and ears. Make them be their own eyes and ears.
Or if you hear something, hear that.
Yeah.
But or even just birds, I guess, sitting there. If you're bored, they're like, well, that's what this bird sounds like. This is what it's doing. Can you hear it? Stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You can always do things like that.
Identify other little species. Or,
Well, I get that all the time. Apparently, I'm a freaking bird expert now. Didn't even realize it. All the time, we'll be out walking around with my family or whatever, and they're like, "What bird is that?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's whatever."
No.
Like, how do you know it's an oriole? Because it's the freaking color.
Orange
how can you even see that? I'm like, don't you look?
Yeah.
I'm like, I got 4 eyes and I can see that. But it's people that they're not out there. They're not doing it,
100%.
I see a cool ass bird. Orioles are freaking sweet looking.
They are sweet looking.
A blue jay is actually my favorite. I hate them because of what they're the alarm clock. They're the alarm of the woods. Yeah. But I love them because of how beautiful they look.
Are. I like cardinals.
I like cardinals too.
Especially in the wintertime. Favorite. They're all puffed up and sitting like snow in the tree. Man.
The male cardinals are the best looking.
Sexy. It's a sexy bird.
That's a weird way to say that.
But
okay.
It's
a sexy bird.
Yeah. Pretty bird.
Never mind.
No.
I'm gonna stop.
Yep. But that's pretty good advice.
What would you say?
I would say I would have to agree with pretty much everything you said, minus the video games.
Yeah, and I don't usually condone it, but dude, you ever taken a 5-year-old out?
Not yet.
Go do something? Do you think it's going to go one way? But
it never does.
You'd be happy to at least bring them something small.
Sure.
I get it. Back in the day, we didn't have that. Well, guess what? We have the tools to utilize, and it's okay. It's fucking pitch black.
Yeah.
You're not going to see a deer walking by at 3 o'clock in the morning. No. I know most deer hunters don't go out that early. I'm a duck hunter. You're not going to see that.
Right.
You're not going to see shit. So,
especially if you're sitting in a blind, I suppose.
I think it's okay sometimes.
Sure.
In certain applications.
Yeah.
But
that's about the only thing I disagree with you on.
Yeah. But
because I know if I'm taking youth out, I'm still going to take my phone, but I'm going to force myself to stay off of it just because, they see that. This is just me. They see that. It's like, oh, it's okay to be out here. No, you're getting out there to get away from all that shit.
Yeah.
To cut that connection with modern life.
If that's what you want it to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's what you want.
That's just how I look at it, I guess. But I like the idea. Yeah. I like the idea of taking a piece of paper or something out and doing something like that.
Yeah. I've done it both ways.
Yeah. Yep.
I think it works out either way. Sometimes I do it both at the same time.
Yeah.
Lillian likes color. Here's coloring book.
Yeah.
Play around for a little bit.
Yeah.
Get bored of that. Okay, let's sit here then again.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm bored. Well, too fucking bad.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You're going to sit here till noon.
Yep. And that's just how it was going to be.
Yeah, and it was kind of fun last year. I guess it was this year. During turkey season, TJ and I took Lillian out.
Yeah.
just happened to be with me.
Yep.
And we're turkey hunting. We had a goose land in the decoys.
Yeah, told us about that. That's pretty awesome.
We watched the hen walk through and do her thing forever. We watched the goose land in the decoys, and we watched him forever.
Yeah.
You know, it was a good time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Hey, you never know what you're going to see.
Exactly. So, I mean, she was all about it then. I brought the game system with, and she never even...
That's awesome.
Never even wanted it once.
Good.
You know, I didn't even ask her, but she never was like, oh, can I have this?
Sure.
So, yeah, and then speaking of youth hunting, she didn't want to go this year.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I asked her multiple times. She was yes, and then it was no, then it was yes, then it was no, and then we started shooting a gun, and then it was, oh, I like it, but I don't like it, and
sure.
Then, but it was, yeah.
A little young yet, I guess.
Yeah, she's 6.
Yeah.
If she wants to do it, she wants to do it. I'm not going to sit here and force her and make her do something.
No, you sit there and force her. That means you're forcing on her, and then she's really not going to want to do it. Mm-hmm. Let her do it on her terms.
Yeah, so I just let it go. As much as I wanted her to, I just was like, oh, fuck, whatever.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I just really wanted to see her shoot Bullwinkle.
Well, now it's my turn, because I'm going to get that disabled Army vet thing, and I'm going to go out early muscle loader, and I'm going to freaking thump him.
Hell yeah. That'd be badass.
Yeah, I know.
That's at end of September, right?
I think so. I don't know. I'd have to look.
Like I said, I don't know when. I don't muzzle hunt, so something I need to get into.
Well, I never really looked into it, because what did I care? I couldn't muzzleloader hunt and then also go deer second season shotgun.
You can if you late muzzleloader, can't you?
You can if you late muzzleloader.
That's right.
But you have to get the tag prior, and
Yeah,
I got to look into that gun, that new hunting.
Yeah, because you can use it for any gun season.
Well, I want to look into that and make sure 100%.
Yeah, that's what I read. I don't know. I actually didn't. That's just read online. I actually didn't look into regulations. I got the regulations upstairs. We can look tonight.
Is it in the regulations this year?
Sure is.
I was going to say, because I know the only reason that I found out about it is because somebody that we talk about a lot on the podcast told me about it, and he told me the same thing you told me. So
yeah, pretty sure that's what it is. So, and I think it's an any-sex tag, so basically like the landowner tag.
Yeah, because him and I were talking. He's like, if I wanted to be a dick, he's like, I could shoot, like, what did he say? Because he's like, if I use that, he goes, I could shoot a buck for that tag. He said I could shoot use a landowner's tag and shoot a buck. He said I could use a bow tag and shoot a buck. He said he could use, he could get extra tags and he could shoot. He basically said he could shoot like 4 or 5 bucks.
Sure.
If he wanted to be a dick about it.
Yep.
I believe it.
No.
Especially that guy.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But yeah, I'm not going to mention names.
No, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, him and I, not that, I'm not going to mention. But yeah, he was like, yeah, he's like, I could do it.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, if I wanted to, he's like, I could definitely do it, but I'm not going to.
No.
So, no, I think I'm going to try the early muzzle loader this year.
Sure. What's the worst going to happen? Not see anything? Or dump a fat doe or a big buck?
No, I probably won't use it except for on a big buck.
Yeah.
Like a decent one.
Yeah.
You know, from like 120 up.
Sure.
You know, I'd be happy with that.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, I want something that I can be like, oh yeah, look at this rack. It's nice. Yeah. Cool.
Oh yeah.
Still eat it. Like I said, I'm not a huge deer eater. I'll eat it. I always go through the deer that I get every year, but
yeah, I love it.
I'd rather eat duck or goose, honestly.
Sure.
A lot of people think I'm weird for that.
They're both freaking delicious.
I like it all.
It's all in how you prepare it is all it is.
Exactly. I mean, you've eaten my duck fajitas, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Goose jerky.
Yeah, they're all freaking bomb.
I can't remember if I read it or watched a video for like duck. I forget how he worded it, but he said you can always tell a good game cook by ducks. He's like, if a guy just goes out and shoots ducks, wraps in a bacon, don't trust him. But if he goes out and shoots a duck and he can prepare it deliciously, just the breast itself and make it tender and delicious, he's like, you can trust that guy.
Yeah. Yep, I'd agree with that statement.
So it was something kind of along those lines.
Yeah, I'm not a guy. You probably seen it on a video or something.
Yeah.
You know, you want to talk a little bit about that real quick? Like with all my teal, what I did is I froze them, threw them in a little bit of water. Like I took the bag that I froze them in. I knew I was going to eat them soon after. But like, because what I do, call me weird or gross or whatever, but I'm fine, is I take my ducks, pheasants, not geese. I don't do this with geese. For one, they're way too fucking big to do it with. And
Right. Or you just let them hang.
Yeah. Oh, I just throw them in the fridge.
Yeah. There's a lot of like high-end restaurants. They'll get fresh ducks in and they'll hang them by the neck for 28 days.
Okay, I won't do that because I'm shooting them.
It's in, a controlled...
Yeah, like if I were to go out...
It's basically like aging it with the skin on is all you're doing.
Yeah, if I were to go out and shoot one in the head and I know I only hit it in the head, then maybe I'd probably consider doing something like that.
Right.
But we're shooting them... You're possibly getting into their intestines,
right?
So on and so forth.
Yep.
You don't want that
and
going onto the meat. And this is where people think I'm gross or weird, is because I take my ducks, every single one that I shot during early teal season, I threw it in the fridge for a week.
Sure. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Got done with the week, ripped the breast open, cut it out, took the breast meat, and you have to do it. After that week, I don't think it's good no more.
Sure.
My personal thought.
Yeah.
My opinion. And if it smells gross, it's not good.
Yeah.
We'll just put it that way. If it smells like duck, it's going to taste like duck. If it smells like shit, it's going to taste like shit.
Yep.
And you're probably going to get sick.
Yep.
So I took it, threw it in the freezer. A couple days later, took it out, threw it in some water. Accidentally thawed it a little too much.
Sure.
Popped the bag open, sliced it real thin, threw it a bunch of vegetables, got them, what do you call it, sauteed? Or,
Yep.
When you...
Saute it up,
Yep, sauteed the vegetables, put a little seasoning in there, whatever else you basically want. And then I throw the duck in there and little tiny bit of water.
Yep.
Just to give it some moisture, yeah.
Yep.
And cook it up.
Good. I've had it.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Lillian loves it.
Yeah. I love like mallard and teal and stuff. Because I ate a lot of it growing up. It's delicious, but I'd still, just for me, just because I like the super fat cap on them, I like a farm raised duck.
You can get that with late season mallards.
Yeah. But if you don't want to wait,
Yeah.
I mean, they're both delicious either way.
I actually don't like mallard.
Really?
Yeah, I'm one of the few duck hunters that'll say that. I'm not a mallard purist.
Sure.
I like teal and wood ducks.
Teal and wood
I like
ducks
the way
are really
they
good.
taste.
Yep. They're pretty.
Yeah, and I like goose. I like the way goose taste. People think I'm gross because they sit on shit pound. I don't care. It's a freaking waterproof chicken.
Basically. I mean, yeah.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
A waterproof chicken that floats.
Delicious.
And they're delicious.
Damn right.
So I'm going to eat it.
Damn right.
But either way, so the reason that I actually leave them sit though, so that way people aren't like, I wonder if like making them sit makes them whatever. The reason I let them sit is because I said this before multiple times on the podcast. Ducks have 78% more blood per volume in their bodies than a human does, or a pig, or any mammal. So that's why they have such a marsh flavor forward taste.
Sure.
So gamey. It's because there's so much blood. You leave them sit, blood coagulates, they relax.
It's no different than a meat locker letting the beef hang for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, they let everything relax. Once everything relaxes, goes out of rigor mortis, all the blood lets out.
Yep.
That was stored in the muscles. It's we'll go in quotations there. But you basically let the blood drain out of wherever and you go through and
that's why
I think it tastes better.
Yeah. Well, I do the same thing. If weather permitting, I would prefer to eventually build a walk-in cooler outside my house. I'd prefer to do that with deer too.
Dude, I've hung deer for a couple weeks.
I've had, with the weather's right, I've had a deer hanging in the backyard for a week, and I think they taste better.
The only problem with that is that if you skin them like we always did, and they get that hard pellicose layer on the outside, you waste a little meat.
Oh yeah,
because you have to cut that off. Like you could probably eat it, but it's not going to taste good.
No, we always skin it out too, and we just
leave it hang.
Leave it hang and just you get that a little bit on the outside. Yeah, it gets a little dry. It's just you're taking some of the silver skin off with it anyway, so you're not.
You hear
whatever you're losing. It's not a lot.
We hear these arguments all the time, being where we're at now, with the podcast and everything. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you, but I always hear this argument. People say, "Don't skin your deer. Don't let it hang for this long. Let it hang for this long. Always skin your deer. Never wash your deer."
I would have to agree with not washing it.
I would agree with not washing it because you are exposing it to a lot more bacteria that it wouldn't typically be exposed to.
It's not really... Bacteria just grows faster in water. So once you rinse it out, you're enabling it to grow.
What's that?
You're just enabling that bacteria to grow.
Yeah, but I do get it if you are going to be cleaning the deer right away.
Right.
Like, if you want to wash it out, wash it out.
Right, yeah. If you're doing everything that day, go for it. Especially a gut shot deer. I mean, that's about the only time I won't let a deer hang is if, I'm taking a broadside shot with a bow, I nick the guts, I'm not letting it hang. It's either if I don't have time to skin it that day and get it all cut up, it's going straight to the locker.
I've actually never had an issue with letting it hang with a gut shot deer.
I won't do it.
I've done it.
I don't know why. It's just, I won't do it.
I get it. I understand. And again, that's where it comes to, this is your own personal opinion. If you want to leave a deer hang, leave it hang. If you don't want to let it hang, don't let it hang. If you want to let your duck sit in the fridge for a week, let it sit.
No.
If you don't. And I talk to a lot of duck hunters that they do love the taste of duck, but they're like, oh, I can't, they're like, oh, they got that gaminess taste that sometimes people get it out of it, and people, oh, you don't really love it if you don't want it. Well, dude, again, how often do you eat a steak plain?
Yeah. Well, it all comes back to the gamey taste. I don't know. I don't even think that's the right word for it. Maybe. I don't know. But it's all in the preparation.
Yeah. Well, my point here is talking about that gamey taste and people talking about, oh, you're just covering up the taste of it. Yeah, no shit. You cover up the taste of everything you eat. Yeah. How often do you eat something without a condiment? How often do you eat something without salt and pepper and garlic?
Yeah.
How often?
Not very
How often do you eat something without onions, without peppers, without this and that and the other thing? Mm-hmm. You're covering the taste of whatever you're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting that flavor, but you're still covering something. No. So that's where when people argue about that, I'm like,
I get it.
Shut up. You don't
know all preference. I could see not letting it hang, Obviously, I don't have anything to hang it in, so all my deer hang outside. So if it's warm, obviously I got to do it that night. But if it's down in the 30s during the night or during the day and down in the teens at night, I don't have an issue with it hanging.
I have a fridge in my basement that I put all my deer and stuff in. I let it hang off of a rack.
Yeah. Like I said, I eventually want to build a walk-in cooler, so won't have that.
I know a guy with one for sale.
Oh, perfect. Talk after podcast. Yeah.
Like $4,000.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend that much.
That's why I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, no.
But either way, well, I do want to say, get your youth out there.
Absolutely.
This was the opening weekend for Iowa for deer youth.
Yep. And if
I believe it was opening weekend for duck youth. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to that.
Sure. Or if your kid wants to hunt and you've never hunted and they want to get out and hunt, get a hold of, somebody that is willing to take them out, or there's plenty of the outdoor mentorship, and there's other outdoor groups that will take youth out if they are serious about it, and you don't know anything, you have to go out with your kid anyway, and you can learn at the same time.
Holla at me if you want to hunt. Yep. If you want your kid to hunt, I'll gladly take you with.
Yep.
I want to sign up for the outdoor mentors thing, but I don't want to block off a weekend for sure. And oh shit, all of a sudden I got something coming up, because I'm really, really bad with planning.
Mm-hmm. I know.
So I'd rather be kind of flexible. I can't take you out today, but I can take you out tomorrow.
Right. No,
I can't do that with outdoor mentors.
Yeah, if you're locked in, you're locked in.
Yeah. And
we'll get there eventually. But yeah, even saying both of us are willing.
Mm-hmm.
And,
So yeah, hit me up if you want that. Hit Wes up if you want that. Yep. I'll do the duck and goose side, probably duck, because it's a little easier for kids to go out duck hunting.
Yep.
You want to go out deer hunting, hit up Wes.
Absolutely.
He'd be better for the deer side.
Damn right. Also, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to shout out Long Branch.
Oh, yeah. Long Branch, you need grunt calls, turkey calls. And got to give a shout out to Plum Creek now for up and you need anything for archery. That's the place to go.
I'm not even an archer, and I love going up there.
Dude, they are one of the best bow shops around.
Oh, dude, they're awesome.
I mean, you walk in there, and you're ready to shoot. Whether it's target or you're going out hunting and you're leaving ready.
The one time I went there with the bow to get fixed because it broke, like the limbs broke like this. I don't know if you guys can see that in the video. Limbs are supposed to be like this, and they broke like that.
Yep. They fixed you up.
And they fixed it up. We ended up using a left-handed bow.
That's awesome.
So this bow that I had was like from 2002 or 2003. They took a 2008 version, left-handed, modified it to where it was safe to shoot, where they felt comfortable to shoot, and it worked.
Yeah. We shot out my yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, so I can attest to these guys.
Absolutely. October 18th, squirrel hunt.
Yeah, so we set it October 18th for sure.
Got 50-50 raffle.
2 guns.
Changed it up a little bit this year. Instead of most weight, biggest red, biggest gray, we're just taking the top 3 most weights to make it easier on everybody. And on us for weighing stuff in. And more fair, I think.
If you cannot make sign up on the 17th, get a hold of me. I'll sign you up.
Yep.
Whatnot. But if you can make it on the 17th, please come to Moe's in Springbrook, Iowa, and give support to Moe's. I'll be there all night. I'll be there till probably 2 o'clock in the morning, to be honest with you. I love partying with all the people that are going to come to the hunt.
Yeah. But if you can't be there, show up a little early to weigh in so we can get you marked down and get paid. But if you show up anytime after 11:01, you show up. We're just trying to keep this tight. You show up 11:01, you can't weigh in.
11 o'clock is fine. 11:01, too bad.
Yep.
Leave. Yep. Well, you don't have to leave, but
you just can't weigh in.
You can't weigh in.
But you can still do the 50-50 raffle and all that stuff.
Yep.
So yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end this.
Yeah.
So as we end every podcast, stay safe.
Enjoy the hunt.
And know the outdoors.